Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. Time for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. And I thought I would take a suggestion a few of you made and do a little test run and see just what is better. Is a battleship better? Is a battle cruiser better? Which can beat the other in a toe-to-toe kind of even match where all other things being equal except for the type of ship. So we're going to try a couple of different ways and just see what happens. I'm not going to design the ship only because I know that by designing the ship with no limit to the budget, it's just way too easy to be able to just build a super powerful ship, and it doesn't really give us a good idea of which is better. Now, my main concern in taking on the battleships versus the battlecruisers is the battlecruisers are probably going to have me on speed, and they may just decide to run away. So we'll see. We're going to dive in. We're going to do a quick start, and then we'll probably flip the roles and see if we can take on the battlecruisers and take out the battleships. So let's see what happens. We're at 10,000 meters to start. We're the British and we're taking on the French. I don't know exactly why I chose to do it that way, but that's what we're doing. So we've got the Mars, the Howe, the Hindustan, the Resolution, and the Anson. We're immediately in range already. Oh, that's really loud. Let's turn that down. My sound was up way high. And we're already firing. So first things first, we're definitely going to switch over to the HE because I think with the superior firepower that I expect I should have, I've got 15-inch guns. So we'll have to see what they've got. Let's go ahead and slow down. And then we're also going to go ahead and go to a tight formation that'll give me some additional accuracy. We're going to try to go the same direction they are. Okay, so they've got some pretty big guns themselves. They've got 8 of them. And some secondaries as well. And it looks like they're also firing HE shells at me. I think we're going to try to keep the angle on him as best we can. Now, I've got fewer guns than he does, but obviously I'm going to have more armor than him. But I would guess he's probably got at least 14-inch guns. In fact, yep, that's what he's got right there. You can see at least one of those ships is firing 14s. So the advantage I'll have will be in armor. Oh, he's firing armor-piercing shells. Boy, he just landed a bunch of them on Mars. Yeah, that didn't sound exactly. That sounded kind of weird. He landed his shells on Mars, yeah. Kind of spread out my fire a little bit here. Not really hitting anything yet. There we go. Didn't do a lot of damage though. Mars is going to drop out. Oh, I'm surprised they haven't dropped out of the lead. We're going to go straight at these guys. Being a battlecruiser, his big advantage is speed. I've got armor, so the closer I can get where I can land some good shots. My thought is if I can get close and get a couple of really good shots with the HE, I should be able to maybe get an ammo detonation. But so far I'm just not landing much. Oh, we landed some, just a couple of fires going there. So I think the closer I get, the better I'll be. Plus we'll have the angle coming at him. I've got 2 guns up front and only one turret in the rear, so I'm not sacrificing a whole lot that way. What is my armor? Only 13.5-inch armor. Alright, see the angle's working though. A lot of shells are deflecting right now. Come on, let's start landing some hits now. Oh, he's turning toward me now too. Darn 1920s technology is the worst. He's landing so many more hits than I am. I really haven't caused hardly any damage so far. We're only 6 kilometers out. See if he's got, well, we don't know what he's got yet. I'm just wondering if these battle cruisers, they probably don't have torpedoes. There's a nice hit. Now that he's coming in a little closer. Looks like all my ships except for the lead ship are firing on this guy. Make it all of them. "35 shells completely blocked." So I think probably going to have to go to AP because it just seems like I'm not getting penetration with these AT shells. And it's not doing much better. Grand Anglais. We've got 7 inches of armor. I'm honestly surprised I'm not getting more penetration. Even with the AGs. He's already damaged 2 of them. Richelieu, Vierge, Atlante. Getting owned by his accuracy right now. He's going full broadside at me and there's nothing I can do about it. I think we may have to do the same. We're only 4 kilometers out and I'm still having a hard time hitting him. There we go. Now we're landing some hits. Big hit there. I'm honestly surprised he's coming in this close because that really sacrifices the biggest advantage that he has, which is maneuverability. Let's go ahead and switch to AG now that we're nice and close. Not very often you get to see a nice line of battleships like this. Now our AG ought to be able to penetrate his belt armor from here. I'm honestly surprised he's not doing more. He's only got 7-inch armor. I've got 15-inch guns almost at point blank range. There we go. Now we're seeing the big hits. Probably should go ahead and finish this guy off here before it's too late. There we go. We just took out the lead ship. Wow, what happened? Because he's still got... That must have been a... I don't know what happened there, because he's still got 30% structure and 90% float. It must have been a breakup. I don't know what happened. And I don't see any significant ammo detonation. Cool. Well, I'm not complaining, that's for sure. Grand Anglais is about the same. I mean, there's really no way I can lose now that we're in this close. As battle cruisers, that's just stupidity on his part. That he actually closed to battle on me. There goes Grand Anglais. Let's see if we can get a big, decisive hit on Richelieu in this close. Or let's see if Mars can miss completely from that close. There we go. Oh yeah, huge hits. Richelieu's toast. Okay, we're all firing on Atalante now. Yeah, it'll be interesting to take on this same exact setup, but to reverse things and take on the role of the battle cruisers. See if we can keep it at distance and win. Even though I took some early hits on Mars, I really haven't taken much since then. I thought for sure I was going to lose that lead ship. Over here and look at these sinkings for a minute. Oh, that's beautiful. Got some empty lifeboats in the water. Resolution just about into a sinking ship. Here's the Grand Anglais. Where'd the turret go? They didn't have. They had to have a turret on the rear, didn't they? Is that the turret sticking out of the side of the ship? That's kind of cool. Okay. Did we pummel it down into the bottom of the ship? I don't know what's going on there. That's beautiful. There goes Atalante. That leaves Vierge as the only remaining ship. Atalante is already going down pretty strongly by the stern. See how quickly we can take out Vierge now. That started out kind of rough, but it quickly changed once we got in close. Which is the key thing we're going to want to avoid when I reverse this and take on the battle cruisers. We're going to need to stay at a distance. Hope to pick them off one by one. Alright, let's speed this along. Everybody's kind of messed up in the... Oh, there we go. Just as soon as I go off the Vierge, they Get an ammo detonation and sink. All right, roles reversed now. Let's take on the battle cruisers. And we won't change anything. We'll take on the French against the British, so it'll be exactly what it was, only now I'm going to be the French battle cruisers, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. Now the nice thing is here that it actually started me out going away from him, so that is ideal. Although we have one of our battle cruisers kind of off doing its own thing here. I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to go with the tight formation because I don't want to make it easier for him to hit any of my ships. Let's see how these things are built. So we've got 4 turrets on each one. We'll stay at 10,000 meters as best we can. I don't want this one to screen. I want him to be attached to the others. Okay. Everybody's targeting the lead ship. So we'll speed time up a little bit here. We've got 14-inch guns. Let's see if that's the case with all of them. Looks like it's the same no matter what. Oh! Lots of 14. I mean, that was a lot of hits. Looks like we got 3 penetration, 4 ricochets, and 1 blocked. So if we can land that every time, that'll be good. We're taking a maneuver penalty right now. Hopefully we can shrink that down. Here comes our next salvo. Let's see how we do. A lot of misses that time. A couple of misses. What's our distance? Oh, no. Why are you going? No, don't go that way. We're at 8.5 kilometers. It's a little closer than I'd like to be. So we'll start turning away. Especially because his secondaries, since I have such thin armor, his secondaries could do some damage to me. I've got less armor than he had. I think he had 7 inches of armor. I've only got 5.8. So with the roles reversed, I've got less armor than he did. We'll see if anything else changes. Man, I may have to try some HE. I'm just not causing a lot of damage with these AP shells, even with hits. Close to 7.5 kilometers. We're gonna have to start extending that. Let's see what these AP shells do, or HE. There we go. About the same amount of damage. Come on, let's land some of these. Oh, that was a nice big salvo that just completely missed. See if this one does any better. These ones coming in. Everything landed short. Alright. Let's get away from this guy. I'm curious to know what his speed is. I don't know what this is about right here. And it must have been just to get that 5th ship into the line. We're getting way closer than I want to be. Alright, come on, let's get some hits this time. Just change the angle on me. This is going to make it tough. Oh, we got some good hits. Just these battleships take so much more damage than the battlecruisers do. Oh my gosh, get away. Go that direction. Alright, let's speed up until we can put some distance in between. And we're going to go ahead and close the formation too. Oh, did we really change targets? Nope, we're all still firing on this guy. He's dropping to the back of the line because of his damage. So we've got the Erin, the St. Vincent, Bellerophon, and two we haven't identified yet. Erin has 15-inch guns, 12 inches of armor. So twice the armor that I do and bigger guns. Come on, baby. We gotta knock one of these things out. Big hits. Nice. Well, we're already doing better than they did when roles were reversed. Did we get enough flood damage to sink him? He's down to, Erin's down to 7%. When this compartment completely floods, I wonder. It's probably not enough yet. Oh, they have switched targets now. That's so frustrating. Finish this one off. That's a bunch of 15-inch guns that can still cause damage. Switch to AP just to try and cause the rest of this flooding damage. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, I think it did. We got him. We got him. Nice. Okay. We got Agamemnon's one of the other ones here. Okay, we've taken out one. Taken damage on 4 of my ships, though. Dunkirk's in bad shape. Now we got 2 of them that are dropping in the back. 3 of them. You know what? Forget it, guys. Just don't. I hate that. Absolutely hate that that automatically happens like that. especially when you're trying to stay away. And there goes the Dunkirk. Big 3,000 damage hit. I should have started out from a greater distance. I think that would have helped. Started too close. Come on, big hits, big hits. Nice. There's not enough damage. These battleships just have so much more hits they can take than I can. I gotta try and increase the distance. Not good enough. Oh, he's got triples on this one. That's a lot more firepower than I had when I faced him. That's a little unfair. Alright, let's switch back to HE. We gotta turn away. Try and put a little distance between us, but I'm unfortunately too damaged now. I don't think I can cause enough. Oh, he just got a big hit. A navire du Roi. That means King of Navarre. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one. But of course that means we're going to have to go in and design a French battlecruiser that can win this fight. We're going to need accuracy and speed. Let's go ahead and speed this up. See what happens here. I think I could probably win as is if we started... Oh, he's got torpedoes, really? If we started at a greater distance. Maybe time to switch back to AP, see if we can get the flooding. The last little bit of sinking we need to here. Alright, I'm going to pause for a second. Alright, let's continue. Finally getting some distance put between us here. Looks like Agamemnon's running. We can maybe finish off the Bellerophon. Whatever it might be. We will have evened the odds somewhat. Because St. Vincent's down to half strength. Agincourt is still fighting. Agamemnon's just taking off. Let's see what happens here. Beautiful. We just got to get these 3 compartments in the middle flooded. We're finally putting this distance in between us. I like that. What is the distance now? It's 13.5 kilometers there. That's much better. That should offer some protection. I think maybe I can go ahead and turn a little bit here. Oh, he's still getting big hits on this one, though. Of course, they're a little closer. What was Agincourt? 11.7. Yeah, go ahead, Agamemnon, run. Kind of get a little bit more of a bird's eye view of what's going on here. Now we'll see if we can still land hits this far away. Yeah, it's getting a little difficult now, and he's starting to turn, so now we may have to turn back around. I finally got the distance I wanted, but now it may be too much. Go ahead and speed things up a little bit. Now we may be the ones who are pursuing. Bellerophon's running away. So what I thought initially was going to be a disaster has actually turned out to be not as much of a disaster, now that we've gotten some distance. Getting some nice hits, just not causing enough damage. He's giving up. He's running. Now their top speed's 26 knots. Mine is 31.5. But since we're all suffering from damage, oh, the accuracy's awful right now. Yeah, that's not doing much. So we're in pursuit mode now, and I've been landing a lot of hits, but I'm just not causing any damage. So I thought I'd come in and kind of let you see how things are. Pretty much every salvo of my 3 ships, I'm landing at least 1, 200 to 300 damage hit. But at this point, it's just not causing enough damage to really make any kind of a difference and bring it any closer to sinking. So I may go ahead and switch my fire onto the Agincourt just because it's a fresh ship that hasn't suffered damage, and we can at least maybe start causing some damage on that one. So let's see what happens. We're still on 5 times speed just because we're doing this whole pursuit thing. Agincourt is the only one that can go full speed right now, so I'm going to try to slow it down by getting a couple of hits. Nothing so far. Alright, we weren't having any luck on the Agincourt, so I'm coming up close. I'm getting within 6 kilometers of St. Vincent with my lead ship. So I'm going to switch to HE, see if we can at least get a kill shot on St. Vincent. And it looks like we'll be able to, because you can see we're landing big hits. So at least then at that point we'll have an advantage 3-2 on ships. And I might be able to pick off the other one and at least get away with everything but sinking the Agincourt. Of course, we're also risking St. Charles by getting in this close myself. Come on, baby, let's get it. Nice. Beautiful. All right, St. Vincent's down. Now we're going to go after their other crippled ship, and I think that might be enough to call this a victory. We sink 4 out of 5. The other one runs, even though I've lost 2 myself and my other 3 are all damaged. If this were in a campaign and I was taking these ships against each other, I would definitely call this a victory, just because of the much more expensive nature of those battleships. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Good stuff. I got some hits on St. Charles. Another couple of volleys should do the trick. A couple of salvos. So close. 4% structural. Here we go. Let's see if this is the one. There it is. All right. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Agincourt's at, oh, we can get 51% penetration. That's not bad. They're 10 kilometers out and running. And with the damage I've suffered, I probably don't have the speed to keep up. So we're going to wrap it up right there. But let's come back real quick with our own build and see what happens. So I'm going with the best available technology everywhere that I can. We're going to go high TNT explosives. We're going to give ourselves all the protection that is available to stay afloat as long as possible. And let's go ahead and see what we can build here. Definitely want the most advanced tower so we can get the accuracies that are associated with that. Looks like we're not going to be able to get too many guns. 16-inch, those are Mark 1s. You got to go to 14s to get the Mark 3. So we're going to be facing the same situation as far as the guns go, but that's okay. That's kind of where I want to be anyway. What about barbettes? I think probably big is enough for 14s. Let's see. Yep. We'll have to deal with the weight offset. That's definitely not going to fly. We may just have to take one of the guns off the front, which I'm planning on going away from him anyway. So that's not a huge deal. Give me 2 funnels. Max out the bulkheads. Give me a little more speed. Now we're overweight. Yeah, so that's 2 reasons why I think we're going to take off the extra gun up front. Alright, we'll have to make some changes because we're not obviously going to be able to go... Well, the weight's not... Yeah, it is bad. You have to go down to 36 knots. That's about where we were already. And then we'll have to take off a little bit of weight. Oh, I'm still way off. Okay, that's not going to work. Double hull bottom. Anti-flood 2. Boy. A lot of things have to change to get this weight where it needs to be. There we go. So that doesn't give us any more firepower than we had before, but I'm thinking it's going to be more accurate. Plus, we're using super heavy shells, high TNT, which I don't know what we were using before because it doesn't tell us that. So let's see if that makes this an easier fight. Okay, here we go. We're still starting at 10,000 meters. So we're still going to want to turn away. Put some distance between us. And I'm definitely going to go with HE since we're using super heavies. Let's see how this goes. May not land anything yet. Oh, we did. And that was a nice hit, too. 397 damage. Ah, what a difference super heavy shells with TNT make. Of course, again, I don't know what I had before. I'm assuming they weren't super heavy shells, though. Triomphe, start getting away. All Triomphe is already dropping out of line. Oh, it looks like we're going after the ship in the lead now. That's fine. Definitely causing way more damage per hit than before. Switch to AP now that we've caused a lot of surface damage. See if we can get some flooding now. Oh boy! He just nailed Triomphe with a ammo detonation on the extended belt. Admiral Nelson. Good look at that one. New Zealand. Queen Elizabeth. Now that we're firing on a different ship, we'll go back to HE. Why are you going right toward him? Let's not do that. We closed way too close. That worked out in that case. So we haven't sunk one yet, but we've got significant damage on 3. Admiral is doing its best to just ram right into Nelson. They're going to barely miss. Interesting. I don't think we're targeting Nelson yet, but we had an overshoot on Albemarle which hit the Nelson. Come on, let's finish somebody. Oh yeah, that's the way we do it. Nice. Nice hit. Alright. We just lost another one, though. Got a little too bold and got in a little too close. There's some big hits. We've got 3 heavily damaged that we need to sink. Oh, both of them are so close. The Nelson and the Africa. Boom. Nelson's gone. There goes the Africa. I'm going to start targeting Queen Elizabeth with those other 2. I think the Tiger might be able to take out New Zealand. We'll see. Still being pretty aggressive here, more so than I probably should be. New Zealand is down. Nice hit. We're just coming straight at Queen Elizabeth now. So let me know your thoughts about all that. Honestly, I think the answer to the question, which is better, battlecruiser or battleship, probably depends on a couple things. Number one, obviously, human thought, as long as you kind of know what you're doing, is probably going to be better than AI, as I demonstrated in those first 2 battles. The other thing is, obviously, technology is going to play a part, and your gameplay style plays a part. I tend to feel more comfortable with kind of charging at the enemy and just getting some big accurate hits rather than kind of steaming away and staying at a distance unless you've got the technology advantage. So probably battleships are better for me. They may not be for you, depending on how you play. So let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section, and we'll be back again with another episode. Thanks for watching.